How's it? Today is March 9th. It's Monday. Starting off with some snatch work today. Um, he wanted me to do 175 for six triples today. Uh, and I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to do it. Um, some of my first reps are like really have been really good for in the past, and then my third reps are just really questionable in the past as well. Um, but as I was warming up for these, the spot where it's meeting on my hip and my pubic bone, the bar just gets destroyed, or the bar just destroys my hip, and so it got really bruised. I want to say maybe like two or three reps out, or two or three sets out from the top sets, and that really impacted the way I started to move. I was a little scared to extend fully, so I ended up actually cutting off the high hang power snatches, and then kind of just moved into more extra pulls. He wanted me to do about five high pulls, five sets of high pulls today, but I ended up doing, I think it was 10. Um, so that was kind of my compensation work there. These power snatches actually moved really well, and aside from the hip issue, I think I would have been able to do 175 for at least a few sets today. Like this is 155, and that moved really smoothly. I didn't get full extension there, and that bar went all the way up too. So like you can see that I'm starting to cut extension because I'm just really scared about my hip. There's 165 here. This is the last set before my top set. Yeah, and there we go. That's just, it was so painful. Um, yeah, basically I didn't end up hitting a single triple at 175, and it wasn't because I couldn't do it. It was because my hip again, like I keep saying. He talked to me about it after, and he was saying that maybe I should start to move my hands out a little bit further so that in the coming weeks when I push for um, heavier snatches that it won't happen because I'm going to need to extend harder with heavier weights. Mm. Me being me, after that first set, I was like, I'm going to do it. So I got really stubborn, and then I tried my best to kind of um, just suck it up and push through. But um, it really impacted the way I extended. Like I'm hesitating. Aside from all of the talk about the hips, this past weekend I got really sick, right? So like I missed Friday sessions on Thursday, Friday, and basically most of Saturday I was just not feeling it. And so coming back to the gym today, it wasn't the best feeling, but I didn't feel super sick. Um, so yeah, that was my last attempt at the hang snatch. So these pulls were three position pulls, just one from the floor, one from the low hang, and then one from the high hang. So basically, one from below the knee and then one from above the knee. Um, some of the technique is just a little strange because I get pulled forward on areas that I don't normally get pulled forward. Um, some of these, my hips are also starting to hurt because if I'm snatching even remotely close to how I should be pulling, or I guess if I'm pulling remotely close to how I'm snatching, I would hit the same spot. Um, but yeah, I stayed at 185 for the remainder of all the sets because the the high hang position was the hardest for me to get a real high pull. I can manage to pull from the floor straight to nipple height, from the low hang up to my nipple height, and then the high hang, it just doesn't move the same way. I think this is a good sign though that I'm at 185, because last week I did 195, two high pulls from the floor, and so today I did 3 reps, even though they're not the same from the floor. But I think the hang variations are a little bit more challenging. So those two things, the addition of an additional rep and then the addition of the position pulls, should make it a little harder. And so being only 10 pounds down from where I was last week, I think is a good sign for me. It shows that I'm growing. For most of this workout, I was just really anxious about a lot of things. There are a lot of things going on with the coronavirus. Not a lot, all of the classes are canceled. So online meetings are occurring, and like timeline for deadlines of assignments is just changing, and just a lot of anxiety surrounding that. So aside from the hip issue, I wasn't paying attention too much to the workout. And then here's my last set. Here's the one I sent to Steve. You saw how on the previous set I kind of dipped back down on the high hang. That was happening throughout the workout, and I was trying my best to stay tall, so I don't re-dip like kind of like a panda pull. I think that's important because that shows that I can keep upper back tension through extension, which is my big issue right now. And then I moved into these power jerk type things plus the overhead squat. Basically, he just wanted me to do an overhead squat triple, and he said do whatever it takes to get over my head. So I could do a push press if I wanted to, or a power jerk. I chose the power jerk because it's a lot easier to do. I ended up only doing 4 total sets. He didn't really give me a set amount of sets. I'm assuming he probably wanted me to do like closer to 6 or 7 sets, but I hit this 205. It was really nice, really easy, and I decided I should either do 215 or 225, and I just went straight to 225. And so I ended up missing the 3rd rep because I got lazy. And you can see the bar placement is really good in the first 2 reps. And then my 3rd rep on the way down, I kind of just dipped forward. But yeah, he mentioned that a lot of that can be because I don't reset properly between the reps. I finished up with some GHG sit-ups, and that will conclude today.